Hello. Hello everybody. Hello everyone. So today I'm finally doing the I don't want to say long awaited Barracks tour, but you know, the Barracks tour that I said that I would get to eventually. I've been sort of putting this off a bit because I've been wanting to train certain units and I've been wanting to try looking into different ways to improve certain characters and looking at different builds and stuff. And maybe even, summon new characters who I wanted. And I did a little of that, but in general, I just figured, I probably shouldn't delay this too much. Yeah, so I was initially going to record this earlier, but here we are. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be going through a bunch of the units that I think are either notable or my favorites. And yeah, we're just sort of going to be skimming through, but I will, on screen, be displaying whichever units I'm talking about, or whichever units I think are worth displaying, like, skills and stuff for, as I'm talking about them or in the same area that they're in. So yeah. Yep, okay. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I did sort of organize this a certain way. There we go. I organized this a certain way where I went into brigades and I sort of chose a bunch of my favorite units of each color. So red, blue, green, and colorless were the, categories. And so I chose some notable ones or ones that I really like, and I sort of threw them in here. And so, yeah, we're going to be just sort of quickly going through these and sort of looking at things that I think are special or otherwise, super cool. So first off, we have Soleil. So, oh boy, Soleil over here, either the first or second, I think the second unit I have ever, the second 5-star unit I've ever plus 10'd, and yeah, I really like the design that they gave her in this game. It's really nice. I really like the pink for the hair. It's a really nice choice. And just in general, I really like the artist. I really like the art. It's very nice, very nice. She's decently strong. Having gotten her to plus 10, yeah, her stats are pretty decent. Her PRF is pretty nice, and overall, yeah, I have fun with her. I haven't fully gotten her everything that I want. I've sort of started to build her a little. I've given her like certain skills and stuff, but I still have yet to fully get through that. And then, next I'm just going to sort of go through these other ones because these other ones aren't super particular. Up next would be Fina, who is a unit that I mainly just like based on appearance, but I did try to sort of build her up to be a bit stronger, giving her things like Sorcery Blade and, things to amplify her dance, and also giving her things for survivability like Soul. I also wanted to make her have the potential to, like, destroy enemies and stuff, but that's gotten harder over time with, like, new characters and new skills coming into play. So I just kind of deal with what I've got. She's sort of a unit who I'm not currently focused on, but would certainly be for going back to eventually. Next we have Midori over here. Midori is a unit who I summoned for back, oh gosh. So it was back when her banner first came out. It was her, Rinka, Forest, and I believe Lilith. At the time I didn't get Lilith, but I got everyone else. And I think my initial focus might have been Rinka with Midori and Forest on the side. And I ended up getting all of them. But Midori in particular ended up being really standout. Rinka was unfortunately not as strong as I would have liked, but Midori really stood out and I was very happy with. And she's actually become a core part of my a core part of my main team in Fae. So yeah. Next we have Lysithea, who is just kind of just Lysithea. Yeah, she's only +1, but she's a unit who I have other copies of, who I'm considering, adding to, but also she has some decent skills, like Times Pulse and all that, which sort of, and the Harsh Command and all that, which sort of make me hesitant to merge them, although I know how good Lysithea is. She can be really good. Yeah. Next up, we have... Okay, yeah. Next up, we have Baby Erica. Baby Erica duo. Baby Erica and Baby Ephraim. Gotta love them. I really like them. They're really strong, and I just really like the design. The baby banners have been some of my favorites, just because of like the really nice designs, and typically they're pretty good in general. But yeah. Next we have Alear. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Alear and Lapis sort of together. Fire Emblem Engage became one of my Fire Emblem Engage, I don't know if I could say it became one of my favorite Fire Emblem games, but it certainly went up quite a bit compared to other games I've played. The cast is great, the gameplay is great, overall it's great. The story, not the best, but it's fun nonetheless. I enjoyed it. And yeah, Alear has, in design, character, and especially the Fae design, overall just sort of vibe. Alear has become probably one of my favorite lords throughout the series. I don't know. Her and Erica, and this applies to certain other lords as well, or protagonists, they sort of have my attention in a way that others don't, because they, in particular, sort of focus on their wanting peace and definitely more willing to be friendly to people. And I really like that aspect of them. I don't really have a particular reason beyond that. Something about just like peace loving and all that just really appeals to me. Though that does sort of conflict a little bit, because Micaiah has aspects, though she has those similar aspects of like, peace loving, being friendly, not wanting to fight necessarily. She does also have parts about her that I don't prefer, but that's mainly just because of her conflict with Ike and all of that. But you know what? That's okay. Yeah, Alear became one of my favorite lords, and Lapis sort of swept other people under the rug. I really liked Lapis when I first saw her, and sort of going forward, she became one of my favorite units. I didn't use her in my first playthrough, but I did use her in my second playthrough of Engage, and she was great. But yeah, so I mean, there's not really too much to say. But she became very, very good. And I want to eventually build her to sort of replicate that in Fae. I'm hoping that I can figure something out. I plan to have her on a team with Citrine and Alchrist and maybe Etier. I would have put Diamant on that team. I didn't get Diamant from the summon, which is fine because he wasn't a super big focus for me, but that's okay. Which is kind of funny because I summoned 4 Lapis on the Diamant banner. Hector, good old duo Hector. I remember when this came out, this was like the first duo. It was super cool, and the design is great. Baby Lilina is so good. I really like her. And it's adorable. And he's also really good. And he was really good when he came out, especially. Next we have like Air, Nyx, Lysithea. Brave Lysithea, I suppose, is a better way to put it. We have Summer Mercedes. We have Dancer, or Ballroom Ishtar. We have Halloween Naui, which Halloween Naui is one of my favorite units in Fae, just because the art alone. The art's so good. Gosh, it's made by a particular artist who I really like the style of, and so I think it's great. Next we have like Constance, who is a character that I've sort of put some effort into a little bit, giving her like additional push skills and stuff, and yeah. Regan is a character that I found I really liked, design-wise. Character-wise, I don't remember everything about her, but I do remember she's pretty cool, pretty nice. Pretty happy person, except for when her brothers are being all evil and mean and stuff. Yeah. Then we have Rinka. This is... right, the Festival Rinka. This is Festival Rinka. She was... I haven't really used this unit, but it's Rinka, and I like Rinka, so I sort of threw her in here. Next is Cecilia, a character that I don't really know a super ton about, but I like her. Or specifically, I like this iteration of her. I like the whole bridal sort of thing. The bridal panos are some of my favorites, just because the designs typically turn out really good. Next we have Tiki, who I just really like Tiki. I like the... I tend to like the Manicheets and the dragon people. They're typically pretty cool. Yeah, don't really have too much to say. Also, I like how she's British. It's nice. I don't know. Something about it is very charming to me. Next we have Keaton. So for the final spot, I was torn between Keaton and Tiburn, but I put Keaton here just because I think I've sort of displayed how much I like Tiburn in other videos and streams, but yeah, Keaton and Tiburn are both pretty cool. I like Fates a lot, so I'm sort of inclined to put this guy here. Alright, so next we have the sort of blue area. So you'll notice there's a particular character here, Donald. He is one of the first units I +10'd, and you'll notice something particular. It's like, wow, that's a really particular that's a really particular border color. And for those of you who don't know, for any newcomers to Fae, I suppose, who haven't yet been exposed to the 1-stars, back in the day, they used to, well, I guess they're still around, but back in the day, they made a few of these, not grand hero battles, but, similar to GHBs, but with 1-star and 2-star versions, and sometimes 3-star versions of certain units, like Donald, Female Robin, Tsubaki, Felicia, however you want to pronounce her name, and, few others. But yeah, I sort of went out of my way to +10 some of them, so yeah. Yeah, there's Donald. It's in part just for the meme. I've got Aranis, who I've recently learned about from Genealogy of the Holy War. Still have more to learn about her, but she's intriguing. And also, I really like the art that they gave her for this game. Turned out really nice, I think. Next to Tsubasa, I have not played Encore, but I'll get there one day. I remember when Tsubasa came out, I would try to summon for her so much, just because I thought, the design was neat. And I ended up getting a bunch of Momori instead. I got like 2 or 3 Momori, which was really funny, but also a blessing in disguise, which I will talk about later. Next we have Robin. This is Summer Robin, who I tried... Oh boy. I tried building a little bit. I've made an attempt at giving her better skills and stuff like that to make her better. I hope to eventually make her strong enough to be able to stand on her own with a solid team, but that could take a while, so we'll see. I don't really know how I want to build her yet, but I'm gonna get there eventually. Then we have Effie. Effie is one of my favorite characters, I think, design-wise from Fates. The hair, the armor, it's all really nice. The voice is also neat, and yeah. I tried making her a solid attacker with a little bit of bulk. Kind of works, but she's very player phase focused, which she's probably not the most suited for, but maybe I can make it work eventually. Got yes, what's a duo hero, but I'm gonna call it a trio hero. We have Pala and the other White Wing sisters. I remember summoning for this, and I was very happy for getting her. Bunny Marissa. So I believe Bunny Marissa was the first Forma unit I ever got. She just has a cool design. I just like the design, and I like Marissa as a character a bit. It's mainly the design, though. Yeah. And I'm hoping that I can maybe use her for certain things, but I don't know how long that would take. Got Marcia, because I like Marcia. I like Pegasus Knights. That's a thing. I think I just like Pegasus Knights. We have Nino, Christmas Nino, who, oh, she's great. I really like her. I have yet to play her game, but I'm gonna get there at some point, and I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, so I've sort of upgraded her weapon a bit. But that's about all I've done for her, really. Not much else. Chloe. Chloe, I don't think I got her on purpose. Yeah, she's here. She's pretty good. She's got some good skills and a good weapon and all that, and good stats. So, like, I don't know. I figured I should put her for you just because she's cool. Nyla, I haven't really done anything with her, but she's cool because she's Nyla. I like Nyla. She's really cool. Yeah, maybe I'll build her eventually. There are a lot of characters here who I haven't tapped into the potential of, who I might get to eventually, but I doubt it because I have other units I'm focused on. Ader. So I went back and summoned on that Brodian banner until I hit 40. I hadn't summoned Citrine, and I was like, okay, I might use the free 5-star on Citrine, and I decided, you know what? I want Ader just because I thought she looked cool. I like the design. That's the thing about a lot of characters. It's mainly the design that sort of gets me. So yeah, that's why I have her. Next we have Selkie. Haven't really done much with her. We have Fallen. We have Fallen Ninian, who very neat design. I don't think I have properly gotten all of her skills. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But yeah, in general, I don't know. I think she's neat. I don't know. I like a lot of the dancers in this game, but Dragon Dancer in particular is just such an interesting concept. Tiki, I've already stated this. Tiki is great. I really like Tiki, and this version of her is just really good. This version of her is just really good, and she's a part of one of the teams that I have for, I believe, Tempest Trials, and yeah, it's pretty good. Niffle, I kind of just like the design of. I don't super remember a ton about her personality, but she's probably just cold and cool. Aloof, I suppose. Yeah, in general, her skills are decent, and yeah, I like her. Lilith, I don't really have anything to say about her. I mean, I kind of like Lilith. I haven't really used her. I kind of just wanted her. The design is nice. I like how they put her into this game. Halloween Sothis, I really like all the Halloween designs, and so this was, just a neat one. I like seeing the duo with Byleth. Pretty cool. We have Summer Lencia, just a standout unit who I sort of wanted to show off a little bit. I haven't really done much with her, but I like her, so yeah. And then we have Mirabilis, who is a character I want to make good. She already has a fair bit of potential, and I like her design a lot. I like the art a lot. So yeah, she's a character who I'm gonna sort of try to work on a bit. Alright, green categories next. So, starting with Echidna, who I think is the first 5-star plus 10 I did. The first plus 10 project I did for a 5-star. I don't really know much about her, but I sort of liked her design, and I just wanted to blast in her because it seemed fairly easy. I've tried giving her a bunch of skills to like boost her defenses and help with her attack a bit and survivability. She has decent enough survivability. I believe I use her in Tempest Trials as well, and she can be good for sure. But I don't know. It sometimes depends. Yeah, I like her though. Mamori, who is another member of my core team in Fae, or another core member of my main team, I suppose. And yeah, I have 2 builds for her, which I will, well, 2 or 3, I think mainly just 2, which mainly just involves shifting around like 1 or 2 skills, but I will show that off if I have it. Yeah, you'll sort of see that on the screen soon enough. Yeah, I like her design. I think she's neat. I really want to play Encore, but money. Yeah, no. So I accidentally summoned her once or twice, and then I got, I think, like another summon of her. I believe she's +2. Yeah. And yeah, overall, I'm just kind of happy about having her. She's neat. Right, then we have Hilda, who I just really like the art for, and she was also kind of a decent unit. Yes, so Bridal, well, I guess it's not Bridal, it's what, like the Love Festival, Lucina? Something like that. I just really liked the design. The design was so striking, and also Savior, Future Vision, like she had so much going for her, so it's just really cool. She's just overall great. And I remember summoning like an additional one and just being like, oh yes, like I could plus her. That was cool. Next we have Azura, who is, oh, little baby Azura. I like her. I've sort of given her skills to help amp up her sing potential and be more supportive, but I don't know. I'm sure I could make her strong. There's probably a good way, but Next we have Halloween La Rochelle, who, yeah, I like La Rochelle. She's pretty cool. I especially like that they gave her like a mad scientist sort of thing here. It's oddly fitting in a way. So I think that's fun. We have Summer Ilgir, who I really like. Ilgir, in terms of design and overall just personality, I think is very neat. Not the strongest, but I just like her. Ninja Hana, very neat, very fast, pretty strong. Rinka, who is unfortunately not as strong as I would like defensively, but she has her moments. We have Love Festival, or Bridal Effie. She is pretty cool. I like the design they gave her. I like Effie in general, so I was pretty happy to see that she was a unit that you could get with like grails and stuff. Yeah. Charlotte, I mainly have Charlotte here just because I like the design. She's also pretty strong, but I mainly just like the design a lot. Fjorm, Ascendant Fjorm. Funnily enough, I don't think she was my first Ascendant I summoned. I believe my first Ascendant summon was Ishtar. But Fjorm, very cool, very neat. She's decent. Next, Gatekeeper. I hate to say this. Well, you know what? No, I don't. I was a part of the Gatekeeper dream of getting him into Fae as a brave hero. And I remember, I believe I summoned him with my free 5-star for that one. I have no regrets. I think it was funny. I know a lot of people got mad about it, but it was fun. It was a good meme. Yune, not strong. She's not very strong. There's probably ways I can build her to make her good, but I kind of just like her design. I sort of got her I got her a while before I got her like years before I even touched Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn. So yeah, I just sort of like the design and like the vibe and stuff, so that's why I have her. Ymir, I really like Ymir's design. She's great. It's nice. It's really nice. I'm a sucker for like softer art styles and characters who sort of look softish. Characters who sort of look soft like this. So Ymir is definitely one of my favorites regarding that. Also she's a decent unit. I haven't really used her too much, but she's pretty good. Next we have, I believe, Fallen Morgan. Yeah, she's pretty good. I've tried building her a bit to make her more, offensively viable and able to like just shut down units who are not super physically adept in terms of defenses and stuff. But I don't know. She's definitely one who I'm gonna have to look more into, like making better with like survivability and stuff. But in general, she's pretty decent. Next we have Maria. Maria's decent. I don't have too much to say about her. This is good old spring bunny. Yeah, spring Maria. Maria. Spring Maria. She's pretty nice. Don't have too much to say about her though. We have Citrine, who I summoned after like I think 3 or 4 more summons after getting Ader from the free 5-star. We have Baby Minerva, who once again I just kind of like the design of, and I've sort of worked to make it a tiny bit better. Then we have Dancer Azure. Well, that Dancer Azure. I mean, as part of the Dancer banner, I guess Opera House banner? I don't know what to call it, but she was cool. All right, next we have our colorless section where we have plus 10 Reese. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, plus 10 Reese, plus 5 Felicia. She's not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm being a bit careful with how I spend my Felicias because I've found that the Breath of Life skill is pretty cool. So yeah. We have Claude, Brave Claude. No, not Brave. What did I say? Not Brave. Legendary? Mythic? I don't remember which one he is. But he's a unit who I keep on getting him on accident. And so I keep on plussing him. And I haven't like plussed him a ton, but like the fact that I've accidentally summoned him as much as I have is ridiculous. Leanne, another part of my main team, and she is a great support unit who I have a couple builds for based on some of the rest of the team in the sort of main thing I've got going on. Yeah, I really like her. Fallen Corrin. Fallen Corrin was a summon that I went for back when she came out on a former account, and I eventually finally got her again, and I've even like plussed her a little bit on this one. So yeah, I don't know. I thought she was cool, and she was also decently strong. Same with Fallen Tiki, but I don't think I've gotten Fallen Tiki again on this account. Faye, the final member of the core team, or of the main team that I've got. She's pretty good. Her and Momori sort of combo to do some stuff, and they work together pretty well. And just in general, she's good. We have Summer Dorothea, who I've worked to build into a good physical attacker while also making her a good dancer. She's got a lot of power. She's surprisingly strong. So yeah. Jenny, I just like Jenny. She's like a sheep. She's got the she's a sheep. She's a sheep. She's a sheep. There's not much else to say. She's a sheep. I like her design. I like her character. Yeah. Mercedes, another character that I kind of just like. The design's pretty neat. I like her as a character. She's pretty neat. Don't have too much to say though. Good old Selkie. Actually, going back to Mercedes, yeah, I haven't made her super strong, but yeah, she's useful. She's got her utility. Selkie is so this is, I believe, New Year Selkie. I remember getting her and trying to make her good. She was kind of good, but as more units come out, she's been getting not as good, so I need to work on making her better, which I know is totally possible. Next we have Corrin. This is Brave Corrin from the most recent banner. I chose to get her for the free summon, which was kind of an easy choice for me. Looking at the designs and everything of each of the Braves this year, I wasn't super impressed with Golvaig, and I wasn't super interested in Male Robin to begin with. It was between Soren and Corrin, and Corrin just kind of looked better. yeah. And I also kind of like Corrin a little more. Yeah, she's pretty good. I like her sort of divine vein skill, as they call it. It's really interesting, and yeah, I think it's cool what they're doing going forward with some of that stuff. Next we have Summer Niffle. I mainly just really like the design, but she's also a decent enough unit. I haven't used her enough to really say anything particular, but she's good. Next we have Etier. Pretty cool. I mainly just like the art, but Etier is a neat enough character. Olivia. This is Opera House Olivia. I don't know what the banner was called, so I'm just gonna call her Opera House. Opera House Olivia. I just really like the design. I think she's great. I remember liking Olivia, I think, a fair bit in the past. I still need to, right, yeah. I still need to go back and visit Awakening again, because I beat it multiple times, but that was like years ago. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get back to that at some point, but yeah. I just like the design. And Olivia's cool. Halloween Sakura. So she's very weak, from my experience, but I just like the design and I like Sakura, so yeah, she's here. Dancer Ethelyn, very cool. Once again, mainly the design had me. And you'll notice that I have base Ethelyn as well, and you'll notice she's my support unit, and that's just because I like her a lot. The design and I think just, you know, pink hair and all that sort of appealed to me, and also it's a cool healer and cool dancer too, and she's pretty decent. I mean, she's not crazy and sort of been phased out by other units, but you know, she has her potential there. This is the most recent Lysithea, who I got after only a few summons on the Tea Party banner, and I'm very happy to have gotten her. I'm very happy to have her. She's pretty decent, seemingly, and yeah, probably gonna try to use her at some point in the future. We have Baby La Rochelle, who's just generally a good unit, but also, you know, just I like the design. Once again, that's the thing here. Like a lot of design, like a lot of characters. La Rochelle is a particular character that I also like. Then we have Flayn. The art is so good. I really like the art they did of Flayn in this game. Yeah, I didn't really use Flayn as much in Three Houses, but I'm certainly gonna look into using her a bit more in like upcoming playthroughs, but we'll see about that. Yeah, so these are my, you know, my big old things for each category. There are some who I wanted to include, but you know, yeah, there's only so much space. But now you might notice something. We've gone through all this, and we haven't seen a sign of a certain purple-haired character. Or another purple-haired character, or another purple-haired character. There are a number of purple-haired characters we haven't seen. Wow. That's because a lot of them are right here. So, we've got my Bernies. I really like Bernadetta. She's one of my favorite characters. Yeah. Her design is so good. I like the little like hoodie thing. I like the hair. I like her Three Hopes design a lot as well. I especially like her hair in Three Hopes, but we haven't gotten there yet in Fae, so it's okay. But yeah, no, like, I summoned for her as much as I could on each of these things. I was very happy to get Bunny Bernie, like, pretty easily. Thankfully, I didn't have to summon too much for her. Same with Christmas Bernie, I believe. I don't know, it's been a while. And then I've got Bernadetta over here, who I recently, I believe I recently added a +2. So yeah, I'm working on getting her better. It's just a little hard. We've got the Mias. Bam, 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 bam. Good old OG Mia, who I've built a bit and is part of one of my teams. Summer Mia, who I haven't really touched much, but you know, she's cool. Baby Mia, who seems to just kind of be a better version, in ways, of the original Mia. At the very least as an offensive unit. I just have yet to actually make full potential of that. Next we have Witch Mia, who I got very, very recently, and I was very happy about, because I've wanted her for a while, and so I finally got her, and so that was cool. Yeah, I want to build her into a good unit. I might just make an all Mia team. Like, it's totally possible with these units, so I don't know, maybe I'll do that eventually. Next we have Julia, and Julia down here as well. Julia's just really powerful. She's a part of one of my Tempest Trials teams, as well as one of my main teams, I believe, and she's really good. Yeah, and Fallen Julia is also really cool. We have Ishtar, who on this account, I believe, was the main blue tome user I had for a while before I got Julia. So yeah, she was cool. Ascendant Ishtar, who's real good. Pretty cool to summon her. I believe she was my first Ascendant, and yeah, she's cool. Ilyana, who I was happy to see introduced as a base unit. That was cool. We have Halloween Ilyana. I really like everything that they did with her. It's pretty cool, and she's pretty decent. She's decently bulky. I believe she's on a team with Echidna in Tempest Trials, and you know they work off each other pretty well. Sophia. I like Halloween Sophia. I like the spider stuff. It's very nice. I also like I'm not sure if veil is the right term for it, but you know, a little hairdress, I guess. We have Summer Camilla. She's just pretty cool. We have Baby Ilyana. Oh, it's adorable. She's great. We have Queen Camilla, or Brave Camilla, I suppose, and she's just great. I do have other Camillas, but she's one of the ones I wanted to display up here. I think she was one of the first units I had on this account. She's nice. I like her. We have Festival Camilla, who, once again, I like the design of. In general, pretty cool. Taltu from the most recent Tea Party banner. I'm working on getting her leveled up, and I think I don't know. I think she could be good. I don't know. I have yet to fully use her. Idun. Ascendant Idun. Very neat. I haven't really done anything with her, but I know she's strong. And then Fallen Julia, yeah. So then we have a bunch of units over here who I just sort of picked out. I've already displayed most of these, but then we have like... Yeah, okay. Then we have Sophia over here, who is another +10 1-star that I've sort of done. Yeah, and we've gone over most of the other ones here. I suppose there's Eleonora, who I got through Forma as well. And she's a unit who I wanted for a bit. I don't know, I'm just happy to have her finally. She's not super good, but maybe I can get her there someday. Okay. So, now we're gonna go ahead and just sort of go to the teams. So this is Team 1. This is Mia, Baby Azura, Edelgard, and Julia. These guys are all pretty good. They do pretty good at their stuff. I don't really have too much to say. I mean, they're just good units in general. They work pretty well as a team, and I'm very happy about them. Next we have... I've tried coming up with a proper name for this team, but I haven't really found anything. Lolly Team 6? Seal Team Lolly? I don't know. Seal Lolly 6? I don't know. I've tried coming up with different names. So this is just a Lolly team, I guess is a way to put it. Yeah. There's not much else to it. That's kind of just what this team is. This is another team that I just sort of threw together. A lot of these are teams that don't have super significant roles. They're just kind of here because I was either experimenting or just wanted a certain team. This is a more recent team that I haven't really used, but we've got Alchrist, Lapis, Etier, and Chloe. Yeah. I'm gonna probably get rid of Chloe for Citrine. I think I made this team while waiting to get Citrine, but I don't remember. This is another team that I threw together at some point. It was pretty good for a bit, but it's sort of fallen off. This was another team that I put together for a bit. Also kind of fell off a bit, but I still like them. Yeah. This was a flyer team that I made. Overall, pretty good. I like them. I don't know. Not too much to say. This is a team that I sort of slapped together. Not too much special to say about them. Once again, another team I sort of threw together. This was, I think, primarily supposed to be Beast and Dragons, and then I threw a Elamine in there. This was another team sort of thrown together. Got Tanya, Zeke, Tharja, and Lachesis. Ooh, Tanya's a unit who I've been sort of working to build up, but eh. Next we have Masked Lucina, or Marth, Bina, Olivia, and Azura. So this team was mainly just for memes. So we have 3 dancers, and then we have Marth with no skills, just the falchion, and that's sort of what she's going with. I don't know. It's just for fun. It's just for the meme. Next we have my core team that I use primarily when playing Fae, and yeah, overall, they're pretty good. I have a couple sets for some of the characters. I believe Faye is the one character who I don't have an alternative skill set for, but I'll probably work on that at some point. Yeah, these guys work really well as a team. I've been working to get merges on them. Takes a little time though, but yeah, overall, pretty good. I'm very happy with how they work together, and some of the alternate skill sets are sort of made for them to bounce off each other. Primarily, and I haven't done a lot of skill sets with these guys, primarily Midori and Leanne bounce off of each other, and Momori and Faye bounce off of each other. And they sort of help lift each other up and support each other in various ways. So yeah, they all sort of work together in a nice way though. This is another team I put together at one point. Just a decent team. Yeah. Oh right, this was my dark team. My apologies. I believe there was a team earlier with Lynn as the sort of head of it. That was also, I think that was a wind team, if I recall. And the Roy team might have been a fire team as well. I don't fully remember, but I think those were the original intents, thinking about it now. This is just a dragon team I made with dragons of each color that I had at the time. This is a mostly cavalry team. I believe this was made with the intent of just being a magic team, but I think I also made it cavalry on purpose. But yeah, so we have 3 cavs, a flyer. Overall, not the best team, but it's still fun. This is another team that I sort of threw together to see if it could work. Kinda does, but there's some extra work to do there. Team 17 is, I think, the team that nowadays I typically reserve for training. So these are just a bunch of people that I've been working to level up a little bit. This is my Ashen Wolves team. I summoned all of them from, except Baltha, so you get through quests. But I summoned all 3 of these guys from the Ashen Wolves banner when it came out, if I recall correctly, and just threw them all on the team. And they're pretty good. Balthus lags behind a little bit, but I'm sure if I put a little more elbow grease into it, he'd be better. This is another team I just sort of threw together. This was a 3 houses focused team. Yeah. And this was a cavalry team that I threw together. Just sort of to have like a bunch of calves, I guess. I don't know. I did try making certain teams based around like unit types and stuff like that, and various themes, but generally they're here just because, because I put them there. Some of these teams are more fun than others. Some I don't ever use, but I don't really want to get rid of, so yeah. Alright, and I guess I could just quickly scroll through and show off any particular units. So sort of like looking through, we've got a few notable ones. You've got like Summer Edelgard, to be specific. We've got Katria, Katria, I suppose, who I recently got. From those free 4-star special tickets that we got like a bunch of. Got Shez, got Ike over there, Kaden, Rajat, Vika, Nefane, Dancer Nefane, Larum, Ipsum, yeah, and then just a bunch of various other units. I'll just sort of scroll through so you can maybe catch whatever, has your eye. But yeah, a lot of these are just units who I wanted or have sticking around just because. I do have other various units sort of just sitting in reserves who I haven't really done anything with, or who I just don't really have the space for because, as you can tell, I'm running a little low on space for units. But yeah. Oh yeah, here's Nino. Oops. I summoned her like earlier, like a few hours ago, I think. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, she's new. Yeah, I was very happy about that. Yeah. I think that in general just kind of shows off everything, but yeah. So I think I'll just sort of call it there. I mean, there's not much else to say really. So yeah. Maybe I'll do like summoning videos or something in the future. Who knows? We'll see. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna call it there. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, people. Bye bye.